Hi there, Ms. Lee here. We're going to go ahead and talk about solving rational equations. So we're going to do this by doing a few examples. So in our first example is going to be to solve for x, given 2 over x plus 2 minus x over 2 minus x equals x squared plus 4 over x squared minus 4. Okay, so you'll realize this is actually an equation because there's an equal sign. So we're no longer working with expressions. We have been talking about expressions up until now and just simplifying. Now we're actually trying to solve for x. So first step, as per usual, is going to be to factor everything that you can factor. Okay, so factor anything. And so you'll notice that the things that can be factored are the 2 minus x and the x squared minus 4. So for the 2 minus x, you'll want to just factor out the negative sign, or a -1, factor out a -1. For the x squared minus 4, you're supposed to recognize that that is a difference of squares, So we'll go ahead and do that. So we have 2 over x plus 2 minus x over, and then we have -1 times x minus 2 equals x squared plus 4 over x plus 2 times x minus 2. Okay, so in general, for these types of problems, when you're solving, you want at most one fraction on each side of the equal sign. So you're going to go ahead and use the simplifying strategies that we've used in the past and combine these two into one fraction so that you have one fraction on each side. Something that you'll also notice is that there's a -1 in the denominator. In general, we don't really like having -1s in the denominator. And so what you want to do is multiply the numerator and denominator by -1 again, so that this becomes positive, and then the numerator will become negative. So we'll multiply this by -1 over -1. So we're left with 2 over x plus 2 minus -x over x minus 2, which equals x squared plus 4 over x plus 2 times x minus 2. Okay, and as you'll see here, it's a minus a negative, so you have 2 over x plus 2 plus x over x minus 2 equals x squared plus 4 over x plus 2 times x minus 2. And as I said a moment ago, you want to go ahead and combine into one fraction on each side. So combine And so for this one, you're going to want to find a common denominator. So this side, you're going to find a common denominator. And since both the denominators are completely different, you can just multiply the denominators together to get your common denominator. So for the first fraction, you'll want to multiply by x minus 2 over x minus 2. And then for the second fraction, you'll want to multiply by x plus 2 over x plus 2. And again, when you're multiplying by something over itself, it's the same as multiplying by 1, so you're not changing the problem. So let's go ahead and simplify. So since these two now have the same denominator, x plus 2, x minus 2, x minus 2, x plus 2, those are the same thing because multiplication is commutative, so you can move them back and forth. We'll distribute the 2. We have 2x minus 4 plus, and then x times x is x squared plus 2x over x minus 2 times x plus 2 equals x squared plus 4 over x plus 2 times x minus 2. What you'll notice about this wonderful problem is that both the denominators on both sides of the equation are now actually the same. So if the denominators are the same, they're already equal, you can multiply both sides by it, or you can basically just cancel it out. Ultimately, if the numerators are equal and the denominators are equal, then this equation works. So we'll go ahead and just set the numerators equal since the denominators are the same. So we have 2x minus 4 plus x squared plus 2x equals x squared plus 4. So you'll see this is just like the equations we've seen before. This is just a regular polynomial. So we'll just go ahead and solve it like a polynomial. So we subtract everything to one side. So we set it all equal to 0 basically. And so you have 2x minus 4 plus x squared plus 2x minus x squared minus 4 equals 0. And what you'll notice is that you have an x squared minus an x squared. So that adds up to 0. And so we're left with 2x plus 2x, which is 4x, and then negative 8. And then we add the 8 to the side, divide by 2, and we have 4x equals 8. And so therefore we have x equals 2. And a lot of you are like, okay, box my answer. We're done, good to go. But actually you cannot do that. You need to check your work. So. And you're going to check them with the original equation. As always, the original equation. So the original equation is 2 over x plus 2 minus x over 2 minus x equals x squared plus 4 divided by x squared minus 4. So we'll plug in the 2 in for x. And so we have 2 over 2 plus 2 minus 2 over 2 minus 2 equals 2 squared plus 4 over 2 squared minus 4. For those of you who are good at doing mental math, you'll see that 2 minus 2 equals 0, or 2 squared, which is 4, minus 4 equals 0, meaning that you have 0 in the denominator. Well, are you allowed to have 0 in the denominator? No, you're not. So therefore, 2 is not a solution. So x equals 2 is not a solution. And so instead, you're going to write no solution, because that was the only solution we found, and it was extraneous. And so therefore, the answer is no solution. Okay? If it did work, obviously it is a solution, but it didn't. So therefore, we have no solution. All right, go ahead and try some practice. Happy day.